Hello everyone and welcome. Today I want to share with you a silent yet deeply emotional story, one that didn't make headlines but was deeply felt, the recent and mysterious trip of Demet Ozdemir to Rome. There were no announcements, no clues, no cryptic messages on social media, just a direct flight to a city where the past still breathes among the stones. Rome welcomed her without questions, as if it already knew she was coming. Demet, always reserved and cautious with the media, was not the famous actress ready to give explanations this time. She was a woman following an impulse. Not a tourist impulse, but an intimate calling, as if answering an unfinished conversation with destiny. Was she motivated by a person, a memory, or someone who still calls Rome home? Yaman was not seen. But that doesn't mean he wasn't present. Sometimes the strongest encounters don't need to be visible to be real. No one can confirm they met. But the atmosphere suggested a search, an invisible bond, a crossroads guided by intuition more than chance. Demet didn't need cameras or flowers, just to be there. Her steps on the cobbled streets, her gazes to the sky, her deep sighs spoke louder than 1,000 words. It was an emotional return more than a physical one, as if she was searching for answers, or perhaps simply peace. Rome, generous to those who search with their hearts, was the perfect refuge. No one asked questions there. You walk, listen to the fountain's water and wait. And Demet waited. For a message, a sign, a coincidence, or an inevitable meeting. If Ken felt something that day, if he sensed that familiar perfume, no one will know. But the fact that she was there said everything. Not every trip seeks a happy ending. Sometimes it's enough to have the courage to return, even if only for a moment. That too is a form of love. Or closure. Demet did it with her characteristic elegance, without words but with presence. Not to relive the past, but to understand it. To heal it. Sometimes silence is the strongest act. And she, by traveling, chose to speak to her soul. Those who saw her noticed something different. Not sadness, not joy, but a deep connection with herself. And in this noisy world, that is already an act of courage. Upon returning to Istanbul, the silence continued. But something had changed. Maybe she didn't find what she was looking for, or maybe she did. But that answer belongs to her alone. Because some impulses cannot be explained. They are simply followed. And when the heart speaks, the bravest act is to listen. There are artists known for their beauty, others for their technical skill, but few manage to touch the soul of the viewer. Demet Ozdemir is one of these rare figures. From her first appearance in TURKISH, I felt her presence wasn't simply that of an actress playing a role, but that of a woman giving her essence in every scene. She wasn't acting, she was living the character. And it showed. Many focus on her connection with Yaman, but I believe they forget something essential. It was Demet who gave a beating heart to that story. Her way of conveying emotions, her sincerity in gestures, and that special light in her eyes are impossible to fake. As one admirer wrote, "It seems like true love. There's something special in their gazes." And I completely agree. That chemistry overflowing on screen came from something deep and authentic. What impresses me most about her is her ability to remain firm in such a noisy and demanding environment. Show business does not forgive mistakes, especially for women. Show business does not forgive mistakes, especially for women. Yet Demet has remained true to herself, choosing her own path with determination without relying on any romantic story to shine. As one Argentinian fan said, "I love them both, but each is amazing on their own." I couldn't have said it better. Many things have been said about her personal life, relationships, rumors, even health issues, mostly unfounded. Why this need to dig into the private? It's easy to forget that behind every character there is a real, sensitive, vulnerable person. A woman with her own internal battles, joys and fears. A woman who, like anyone else, tries to find balance amidst chaos. As someone commented, "I hope they can grow as human beings." And I am convinced that Demet is doing exactly that, step by step with courage. I admire her strength, her elegance, and her way of looking at the world with a blend of tenderness and determination. She has faced immense pressure, especially from those who wanted to see her forever beside Can. But destiny doesn't always follow the plot of fairy tales. As one fan wisely wrote, "Soulmates may stay together, or meet and follow separate paths, yet full of love." A powerful and very true reflection. Demet doesn't need anyone to shine. Her light is her own. Her energy, passion, and authenticity make her unique. And if life ever brings her together with Can again, whether in a series or off camera, many of us will celebrate. Not to idealize a couple, but for the respect and admiration they both have earned on their own merit. If one day she were to read words like these, I would simply want to say, thank you. Thank you for reminding us that acting can be a profound art. Thank you for showing us that strength doesn't mean being invulnerable, but walking confidently even in doubt. And thank you for every moment she has given us on screen with such human and real dedication that many of us have felt her as part of our own emotions.